Good morning, children. This is your physical education teacher, Llewellyn Pinto, and today we'll be learning something about approved therapeutic methods. The sixth chapter Approved Therapeutic Method. In olden age, the human beings used to live in jungles. For their food, they used to hunt animals. We know these facts, but in those days, how they were suffering from the diseases and how the treatment was given is not known to us. We do not have any specific information about this, but we know that before thousands of years, Ayurvedic treatment was given. Because of this treatment, Ayurveda is considered as fifth Ved. But we know that with the development of science, other treatments or therapeutic methods have been found by the respective researchers. Now, here we shall get information regarding the approved therapeutic methods in which the specialization degrees are awarded. They are as follows. First one, Ayurveda. Second one, Yogupchar. Third one, Homeopathy. Fourth one, Naturopathy. Fifth one, Unani treatment or therapy. And sixth one, Allopathy. The first one, Ayurveda. About 5000 years ago, our saints and sages had found out Ayurvedic therapeutic method. According to Ayurveda, when there is imbalance between Vat, Pit and Kapha in our body, when their percentage is increased or decreased, any disease develops. In Ayurveda, these three are considered as faults. When these three faults become defective, the diseases develop. Defective gas develops about 80 diseases. Defective acidity develops about 60 diseases, and defective cough develops about 40 diseases. To destroy the defects of these diseases, the therapeutic treatment is there in Ayurveda. Ayurveda therapeutic methods are proved unfailing positively effective for old cold, old fever, psoriasis, and skin diseases. The reasons for having the Ayurvedic method, the self-sufficient one, are as follows. It is a natural therapeutic method. Second, removes a disease from its root and does not allow to develop again. It is a complete innocent therapeutic method without any side effects. Fourth, it observes the disease and the diseased person completely. Types of therapy. There are two types of Ayurveda therapy, Shodhan and Shaman. Shodhan consists upon Panchkarm, in which Vaman, Virechan, Bhasti, Nasya and Rakta Mokshan are included. In Shaman, Snehan and Svedan are main pre-actions. By means of Snehan Svedan, the defects are diverted towards the Kosta. From Kosta, they are thrown out by means of Vaman and Virechan. Pareji, control in Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, along with the medicines, what should be taken according to the acceptance of the body? What should not be taken? What should be done and what should not be done, etc. Morally sound conduct and proper food and meritment have been thought of in the best way. Most of the diseases get rid of only because of observing and adopting the beneficial and avoiding injurious to the health food habits. Second is Yogupchar. The steps of Yogupchar are as follows. Brahmacharya, celibacy. Second is Asan and Mudra. Third is Pranayama. Fourth is Upvas, fasting. Fifth is Sadvichar, morally good thoughts. Sixth is Sadachar, morally good conduct. First, Brahmacharya, celibacy. Brahmacharya is the base of Yogupchar. Enjoying sexuality in the disease condition brings physical and mental weakness. Hence, an individual who observes celibacy, taking the shelter of Yogupchar, only can get rid of the disease. For the observation of Brahmacharya, proper food and merit company and reading and also balanced way of life are very necessary. Second is asana and mudra. Asana and mudra are very useful for the diseased, yogi and nirogi, healthy persons. By means of asanas, the diseased organs can be made healthy, and also the mind can be kept in control. While doing asanas and mudra, the different centers in our mind become actively functioning, and hence the natural health is obtained. Internally secreting glands become active, because of which the liveliness is created in the body and the mind becomes cheerful. Third is pranayam. The base of yoga is pranayam. Because of pranayam, the lungs provide more oxygen and the blood becomes pure. Because of pranayam, the body gets animated. The unsteadiness of mind and the dullness of the body goes off. Because of the purification of the blood, the number of white corpuscles increases, which destroy the germs in the body. Fourth is fasting. Willful fasting purifies the body instead of overeating and inviting the disease. It is a sign of intellect to eat little less than required and enjoy the healthy state of the body. In the aim of fasting, control over the mind, tyranny of senses, fasting, overeating, required balanced diet, etc. are included, in which purification of mind and body are main. Fifth is sadvichar, morally good thoughts. Bad thoughts is the seed of disease and good thought is the seed of health. Sadachar, sixth, morally good conduct. Sadachar means sat plus achar. Sat pertains to truth, whereas achar pertains to behavior. Hence, sadachar makes an individual facing towards the truth. Good thought is not created without good company, and sadachar is not created without good thoughts. The quality of good behavior is sattvagun. Third is homeopathy. This method is based on the principle of curing naturally the disease. The basic principle of this method is like cures like. This means that a disease should be given the medicine of the symptoms of the disease. This medicine is prevalent based on the complaints of the patient. In this method, the proportion of the medicine remains very mere. The plus point of this medicine is that there is no side effects. Basic principles. First, like cures like means the medicine having the same symptoms as those of the disease cures the patient. Second, at a time only one type of medicine is to be given. Third, the quantity, dose of the medicine should be minimum. For example, medicine is to be given in very little dose. Fourth, the effect of the medicine should be tested on a healthy person. The medicine prepared for human beings cannot be tested on the animals because the constitution of the bodies of human beings and those of the animals are different. Fourth, naturopathy. The treatment being done by means of the natural element is called naturopathy. The important elements for this treatment are water, clay, light, and the air. In this treatment, external medicines, tablets, injections, or the chemicals are not used. Now, we shall get information regarding the following treatments making use of natural elements. First is water therapy, second is clay treatment, third is sunlight treatment, and fourth is air treatment. First, water therapy. Water therapy means the therapy being given by various water experiments. Water has the tendency to catch up both the heat and the cold. When there is fever, cold water piece of cloth is applied, which lessens the fever. Mostly, such piece of cloth is put on the forehead of the patient. Such piece of water can also be put on the stomach. When there is a sprain on the ankle of the leg, or when there is swelling on any part of the body, hot water fomentation is given, which reduces the swelling. For this type of fomentation, hot water bag can be used filled with hot water. To reduce the swelling, another method is of dipping the swelled part of the body alternately in hot and cold waters for the duration of 1 minute each. Over and above vapor bath or steam bath, enema, etc., experimental treatments also can be done. Second is clay treatment. Clay gives cooling effect, absorbs the poison and reduces swelling, burning, etc. Ponds clay without sticky black mud or the clay of an ant hill should be dried in the sunshine. It should be cleaned and crushed and then should be shifted and it should be drenched. One should take care that there are no chemicals, dirt, and unpleasant smell. Such drenched clay should be applied on the respective organ of the body in thick layer. Such clay can be applied on the stomach, the inner part of the abdomen below the navel, over the eyelid and over the spine. Third, sunlight treatments. Under the sunlight, various insects cannot harm us. After sunrise, if we stand under the sunlight for half an hour, it increases the luster, stage of our eyes, and the ultraviolet rays in the sunlight help us getting vitamin D, which strengthen our bones. If there is swelling on any part of our body and if that part is buried under the hot sand of the river, it reduces the swelling. Fourth, air treatment. Air is an animate power, pran, of the human body. In its absence, a man cannot survive, especially the individuals having the troubles of lungs, weak lungs, should walk in the open air. They should keep the windows and the doors of their houses open to get enough air. To increase the efficiency of filling more air in the lungs, one should practice Brahmari Pranayam, Anulam Vilom Pranayam, etc. Over and above, one should inhale deeply and slowly, withhold the breath in the lungs for few seconds and then exhale it slowly. Over and above the treatment shown above, one should observe fasting, should take balanced diet, should perform light type of asana and pranayams, to observe morally good conducts of yam, niyam, should practice the relaxing actions and enough rest and sleep should be taken. Fifth, Unani treatment, therapy. In Unani treatment, the following four matters are important. Dam, blood, hot and moisturized. Balgam, cold and moisturized. Kapha, yellow acidity, hot and dry. Sofa, black acidity, cold and dry. If these four are in proper proportion, the individual is considered healthy. If there is some obstruction in the proportion, it creates the disease. Treatment A. By means of passing more urine. Second, giving Turkish bath. Third, by means of massage. Fourth, by means of more motion or more vomiting. B. By means of food, by means of giving fruit juices and different types of food. C. By means of medicine. The medicines prepared from the trees, fruits and flowers. The medicines prepared from the animals. The medicines prepared from salt. The Unani medicines give good results in the diseases like arthritis, leukoderma, jaundice, asthma. Sixth is allopathy. In the modern time, the allopathy therapeutic method has been accepted by all. Since it is based on logic and is transparent, the whole world has universally accepted it as the scientific method. This method is widely in use. With new researches and the developments of the technology, new changes are incorporated in this method. It means this method is ever changing based on scientific principles. This method is most efficient to examine all the parts and the subparts of the body and for the treatment of the diseases developed in it. This method can join hands to hand with the prevalent type accepting researches and new technology based on experiences. But the limitations of this modern method is that the medicines used in this method have side effects. Second limitation is that in few diseases this method gives very little relief. Eczema, Raju. Some skin diseases and the cold cannot be removed from their roots. There is so many branches of this method: surgery, orthopedic, cardiology, anesthesiology, neurology, gynecology, pathology, dentistry, ear, nose and throat branch, ENT, physiotherapy, etc. Some other branches regarding different diseases also are developed. Here, the more prevalent treatments and therapeutic methods are listed. Some methods are less prevalent and only limited persons make this use. The methods are as follows: acupressure and acupuncture, Shivambu treatment method, touch therapy, music therapy, laughter therapy, magnet therapy, color therapy, aromatherapy, hypnotism therapy, and Reiki therapy. Prescribed and unprescribed medicines. The medicines which cannot be sold without the prescription of a doctor are called prescribed medicines. Before using such medicines, one has to understand all the instructions of the doctor regarding the medicine. Example, if the instructions are not taken into consideration, it may lead to serious results. Hence, such medicines cannot be given without the prescription. Over and above, the medicines can be sold as per the instructions and in the prescribed dose. In the cash memo of such medicines, the information regarding the batch number must necessarily be written. Loose tablets cannot be sold. The tablets are to be given in the prescribed number and properly packed. Unprescribed medicines can be purchased from any medical store, like purchasing the household things. A purchaser has to use these medicines for household treatment. Even then, the best thing is that such medicines also should be purchased as per the advice of a doctor. Unfortunately, the rules regarding the medicines are not observed. Even then, the medical store keepers easily give such medicines. They give loose tablets also. As a result, the condition harmful to the health is created. Hence, the government and the vigilant institutions should start intense movement and the people should be saved from such action. Addiction medicines. Medicines are to cure the disease. The medicines, if taken in more than required proportion, it becomes harmful. Some medicines are such that a patient becomes addicted to it. An addicted man always takes such medicine in more quantity. At the end, the symptoms of bad effects are seen in the body of such a man. Some such medicines are as under: intoxication or sleeping medicines. Diazepam and such other medicines are given to an individual suffering from insomnia. Their use makes an individual addicted to it. Such medicines affect the nervous system. The long-term effect decreases the efficiency of the mind. Cough syrup. In most of the cough syrups, there is a medicine prepared from the opium, which suppresses the cough. The addiction of such medicines harm the mind. Painkiller, analgesic medicines. We see the addicted person taking simple as well as acute analgesic medicines. Such acute medicines harm the stomach, kidneys, and other organs of the body. Amphetamine. This medicine is given to an individual to awaken him who suffers from excessive sleep. But this medicine harms the addicted one and it creates in him violent feelings, instincts. Mental diseases like frustration, stress, anxiety, etc. Medicines are prone to addiction, hence one should remain acquainted with such medicines having addiction quality and should remain aloof from their long-term use so that he can be saved from its addiction from encircling grip. The risk of the self-using medicines and the medicines of the quicks. Even in such household treatments, some are provide harmful and ineffective. Example, to apply fermentation in all types of swellings. As a matter of fact, the swelling is an injury is because of the minute breaking of the internal capillaries in which blood comes out. but it does not have any way to go outside the skin. Hence, the blood collects around the muscles under the skin, where swelling is seen. In such swelling, one should rub the ice over the swollen part of the body, which stops the bleeding outside. Giving fomentation immediately after the injury does not stop the bleeding. On the contrary, the blood keeps on flowing and excessive swelling is occur. When there is a dog bite, sprinkling of chili powder on the wound causes intolerable irritation. It will be of no use. Sometimes the druggists are unknown to the hazard of particular medicines, and such medicines should not be purchased from him to avoid the possibility of occurring big difficulties. It has been noted that intake of aspirin sometimes creates the ulcer in the stomach and starts bleeding. Some painkiller medicines have side effects of decreasing white blood cells, which in turn decreases the resistance power of the body. Hazardous of the medicines from quacks. The unqualified quacks make such use of modern medicines in which there is possibility of great harm, example antibiotic medicines and steroid medicines. Antibiotic medicines. When there is fever because of any infection or even without infection, unnecessary antibiotic medicines are given. Mostly such medicines are not at all necessary. Sometimes their selection is wrong. Their proportion sometimes is also in more or less degree. The quack does not know as to how many times in a day the medicine is to be given. Once the antibiotic medicines are continued, they should be continued for a specific period, which the quack does not know. Steroid medicines. Steroid medicine is very much powerful. It is to be used only in specific serious illnesses, allergic shock. Mostly it is widely used to reduce the fever or for better feeling of the patient, but it suppresses the symptoms of the disease and reduces or vanishes the resistance power or immunity. The internal secretion of the glands reduces. In critical conditions, the body cannot resist properly. Expiry of the date. Manufacturing date of medicine and within what period it can be taken in use. Manufacturing date and expiry date written on the wrapper of the medicine or either on the bottle or any package. The time limit can be 1 year or even more than that. If expiry date is over, that medicine cannot be used because the quality of that medicine gets reduced. Again, there is no mention as to what will be the side effect. In short, a medicine after the expiry date should not be used. As a precaution, one should always read the expiry date at the time of purchasing it. By mistake, if you purchase it and when you go home and come to know that the expiry date is over, you should go to the druggist and give it back and should purchase the same medicine of which the expiry date is not over. The harmful effects of tobacco and liquor. Liquor and tobacco are the greatest enemies of the human beings of the present time. These two collectively harm the human beings so much that it is not done even by the nuclear bomb. Because of these two vices, an educated person dies every after 3 minutes. Liquor. In liquor there is ethyl alcohol element. In different types of liquors, the proportion of this element is less to more. These elements make an individual addicted to it. Liquor makes great harm to an individual physically, mentally, socially, and from a family point of view. There is a belief about the liquor that if taken in small quantity is advantageous is not correct. Once started taking it, its proportion goes on increasing. The liquor drunkard loses his mental balance. As a result, the crimes like violence, rape, etc. go on increasing. The adverse effects of liquor are seen in the internal as well as external organs. The harmful effects of liquor. There is decrease in memory power and concentration. An individual becomes prone towards frustration, delirium, bad behavior, and violence. The skin of the face becomes dry. There are wrinkles on the face. There is difficulty in coagulation of blood. Liver is damaged. The possibility of developing cancer increases. There is tremors of the hands, numbness of the fingers, and minute pain. There is swelling in the digestive system because of malnutrition. There is vomiting and indigestion, ulcers in the stomach, swelling on the pancreas, imbalance in the movements of the joints. There is numbness in the thumb of a leg, minute pain. The defect is created in the reproductive system. Tobacco. The killing element nicotine in tobacco is responsible for addiction. The effects of addiction of tobacco are not seen immediately like those of liquor. After a long time, its killing effects are seen. That is why tobacco is called slow poison. Tobacco is taken in different forms: bidi and cigarette in smoking form, gutka in the form of chewing and cleaning the teeth. But tobacco in any form has the capacity to be addicted to. It is dangerous for health. The harmful effects of tobacco: foul smell in the mouth, the taste cannot be enjoyed because of the harm to the nose. There are ulcers in the mouth. The mouth becomes tight, sometimes it becomes so tight that it cannot be opened to enter the food in it. The gums of the teeth becomes weak. Teeth gets carious, digestibility becomes weak, lungs become weak, breathing capacity decreases. There is possibility of developing cancer disease. Illness of heart diseases increase. High blood pressure increases. Artery becomes narrow and the diseases are developed speedily. The possibilities of the paralysis and gangrene are more. In pregnancy, the embryo is affected adversely. Nervous system is slackened. Adverse effects are seen on all the organs. Life quality decreases. If there is someone near the cigarette smoker, the smoke enters in his breath of that one, which has adverse effect in some proportion. In the world, every 6 seconds one individual dies because of the utilization of tobacco. They are also known as passive smokers. Health framework at village, city, district, state and national levels. First, health framework at village level. At village level, the basic facilities of the health, strength of the doctors and experts, and the facilities affecting the health like drinking safe water, gutter, latrine facilities, roads, light, etc. are less in comparison with cities. For about 30,000 population, one primary health center and one doctor along with his team are provided. Under primary health center, 5 to 6 sub-centers are provided, keeping in mind 5 to 6,000 population for each sub-center. Primary health centers are connected with general health center and district hospital for intensive services. Over and above, at this level, selfless service, health institutions and private medical dispensaries are also there. Second, health framework at city level. At city level, there are government hospitals, general health care centers, and other health facilities. City health centers are providing treatments for basic illnesses, vaccinations, enhancements, family welfare works, areas cleanliness, and removal of the dirt. In city hospital, basic medical service, operations, and admitting the patient in the hospital, the treatment facilities are given by the expert. Over and above, there are hospitals with the spirit of service, health institutions and private hospitals. Medical dispensaries and laboratories also are there at this level. Health framework at district level. There are district level hospitals, medical services and health institutions which provide all the services regarding health. Over and above, at district level hospitals with spirit of service, health institutions, private medical dispensaries and the laboratories which give services. Fourth, health framework at state level. The Health and Family Welfare Department of the state organizes national health program and gives guidelines regarding the implementations of policy and law and keep the supervision and give guidance at state level. Fifth, health framework at national level. At national level, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare gives health policy program and the services regarding the formulation of the laws. The government medical research institution provides laboratory service at this level. Over and above the services of national level, medical institutions with spirit of service and the services of private medical institutions also are available at this level. Institutions with spirit of service of health and health education. Here we know that along with the government framework from the village to national level, the institutions with spirit of service and private institutions also give their services regarding the health in different forms. The institutions with spirit of service are established by the individuals with spirit of service and selfless motive. These institutions do their work without taking any material profit in the activities of health. In Gujarat, there are few such institutes. These institutions stay along with the people. They try to understand their problems. At a particular place, if they find any deficiency, they go there and give the services. Some institutions work in the areas of hutments in the cities. Some institutions work at the village level, especially in the backward districts and talukas. Such institutions are work as supplement the health works done by the government. They are as under Bansley Trust working in Banaskantha and Patan, Seva Rural working in Jagadia in Bharuch district, Anjali working in Renaissance of Sabarkantha, Anandi working in Panchmahal, Seva, Chetna and Samvedna working in Ahmedabad. These institutes with spirit of service are like the lighthouse in health programs. These institutions are spreading their service light in the remote places where no type of service is rendered. Such small institutions giving their services in the field of health are worth to be honored. So students, here we have completed the chapter Approved Therapeutic Methods by the use of different therapeutic methods such as Ayurveda, Yogopchar, Homeopathy, Naturopathy, Unani treatment and Allopathy. Thank you.